Hello. It is your girl Tanisha, Shanae, Miss Inspiration. I'm really excited to be here. I know I was in the middle of doing a video series about my move to Tulsa, but I had to take a stop. I had to pause because there are certain things that when God places on my heart, I have to respond. And this is one of those topics. Okay, so everyone knows that I am moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you do not, please go to this link over here and you're going to see the playlist of my move to Tulsa, Oklahoma from New York City. In the last, so when did I find? I found out I was moving to Tulsa in June of 2023. So since then to now, certain conversations have just been happening. And I am seeing one common theme that we need to talk about. Too many people are not going to enjoy and receive the abundance in their next season because they are stuck in this mindset of comparing. Whether they're comparing a significant other to a past, whether they are comparing a new job to their old job, or in this situation, they're comparing where they currently live or where they have lived in the past to where they are going or where they are now. And unfortunately, we have heard this constantly. When you compare, it does rob your joy. It steals your enthusiasm about your new experiences that you are either currently experiencing, or it is robbing you from the opportunity to experience all of the greatness that is coming towards you. When I say to you, I don't say this in a mean way, but I just need people to really get this understanding. If you are preparing or you have just moved to a new location and you are finding yourself consistently, constantly comparing where you used to live to where you are now or where you are going, I am telling you, you are making yourself experience an experience that God does not want for you to experience. Like we read this in the Bible. The Bible tells us this. In Luke 5, in verse 37, it says, "And no one puts new wine into old wineskins, for the new wine will burst the wineskins, spilling the wine and ruining the skins." Guys, so we cannot take the old and try to put it into the new. It's not going to work out. It's going to cause a mess. It's going to cause depression, anxiety, frustration. You might not even want to experience whatever that is coming your way in that new because you're trying to fit the old into the new. And unfortunately, that is not going to happen. But what I do find interesting is that in Luke 5, verse 39, "But no one who drinks the old wine seems to want the new wine. The old is just fine," they say. I had to read that. Verse 39 is your comfort zone. You are comfortable with the old. You are comfortable having those experiences. So going into the new, even though you have taken a great leap, going into a new season, going into a new location, whether it's a new job, a new relationship, a new physical environment, you still have the old thinking. You're still trying to bring the old into this new. And unfortunately, it's not working out for you. You're not yielding the experience that you thought that you was going to experience because you are trying to force this old into this new because you're fine with it. What does it say? The old is just fine. But you would not have left that old if there was not something that was either making you uncomfortable, unhappy, whether it was the finances, it was your safety, whatever it could be. When I have decided I was ready to leave New York, this was something for years. People that know me personally, like I spoke to one of my first boyfriends when I was like a teenager. Had this conversation, told him about my journey. Like, look, I'm about to move to Oklahoma. And the one thing that I appreciated, he was like, look, I'm proud of you because I know that's what you have been wanting to do for a long time. See, the people that know who you are, and if they don't win anything from you leaving, they don't gain anything from you being here. They're gonna be proud of you because they know who you are and they understand she's tired of this. Like this season is done for her. It's probably been done for a very long time. And many of you have probably heard me say that. So it was like people that know me understand. Do I love New York? Absolutely. Am I tired of New York? Absolutely. So I am not going to compare. I am not going to compare my new with my old. I do not care about, well, it's not like New York. Nothing is like New York. Nothing. New York is New York. Boston is Boston. Australia is Australia. Miami is Miami. Every place is unique on its own. I don't know why Australia just came out, but every place is unique on its own. So you have to understand that. And when you understand that, you're able to detach and go into this new and be ready and excited to experience this new. You'll be able to detach and say, I had those experiences. I know what it feels like to go to Coney Island. I know exactly what it feels like to go to the Empire State Building, to go to the One World Tower. Like, I know what those experiences are. But you know what? I never been to Tulsa State Fair until I went there last week. It was a new experience. And not one time did I ever say, well, this is not like Coney Island. It's not. It's not like Coney Island because Coney Island is going to be Coney Island. It's going to be the place that we grew up going with the cyclone. It's going to be that landmark. That's going to be a place that, until I don't know when they're going to shut it down, but until that happens, that is going to be a staple, and it's going to be a part of my memories, a part of my childhood, and I cannot take that away from what it is. But what I'm not going to do is go into my new and I'm going to compare. When I went and I experienced that Tulsa State Fair, I appreciated every moment. I appreciated the fact that they were organized and I was able to park and the entrance wasn't too far. I didn't worry about, well, it wasn't this way. I didn't think about any of that. I appreciated everything. I appreciated the foods that I couldn't. I had a turkey leg, y'all. Like a turkey leg. I've never had a turkey leg like at a fair, right? That's not something. We go to Coney Island, we get hot dogs or we get frog legs. Now they did have some frog legs at the state fair. We didn't even want that. My sister came with me. We didn't even want that. We didn't even want the frog legs because we knew I can get that back at home. So let's get what we can't get there here. And I had the most delicious fried s'mores. All I'm gonna say to you is that that is something that you should just have once a year. That should not be something that you decide, let me go home and make that, because it just was, yeah, I felt the arteries clogging, right? But I enjoyed that moment. I enjoyed where I was at for that present time, never comparing. If I sat and compared, I am going to make myself miserable. I'm going to make myself sad and depressed because everything that I remember, because let me tell y'all, this is the truth. A lot of people are not talking about this. But the New York City that we remember is no longer here. Like, perfect example. I live in East Flatbush. I can tell you right now, I have access to 4 corner stores. One corner store closes about 6 o'clock every day. They cater to the children, to the students. The other corner store is a hit or miss. They open sometimes and sometimes they're not. I don't know what's going on there. The other corner store is, if they close about 11 o'clock, and then the other one is mostly a smoke shop. So you might be able to get like a bag of chips and something to drink, but it's not really like the corner store that we are accustomed to. So, if we are really trying to compare our childhood and the things that we know and we experienced 20, 30 years ago, that doesn't even exist anymore. Let's talk, it does not exist. If you want 24 hours to be able to walk in and actually go get your own stuff, you have to go to 7-Eleven. At least that's what I do when I need something and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I have gotten in my car and driven to 7-Eleven 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That is the only place that I have knowledge of that I can go walk in. Because again, a lot of our bodegas, if they are open 24 hours, they do not allow you to walk in all the time. You stand outside, they get it for you, and they push it through the window. So if I want to do that, but guess what? The same thing happens in Tulsa. It's just called Quick Trip, and you can just get gas. So these are things that I'm like, is it really that much different? We don't everything that we had 24 access to, we don't have 24 access to. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. People that have not been in New York for many of years come back and they be like, even they say, "Tag, it's not like the way I remember it." Exactly, because it continues to change, whether you like that change or not. But what most people are doing is that you're holding and you're harboring on memories that are no longer in existence today. So now you somewhere else frustrated, stressed, and depressed about something that does not even exist today. Make that make sense. So you have to separate. You have to say, I'm gonna stop comparing because guess what? My memories of what I remember New York or Chicago or Houston or Miami, whichever state you are coming from, and you are going to the next place, whether you're leaving the country, whether you're leaving a state, or you leaving your city. Stop. You're forcing yourself into a depression and into misery that is not even necessary. You're bringing this forth because like it says in verse 39, the old is just fine. So you're not giving yourself the chance to even enjoy the new. You're not giving yourself the chance to experience and see the glory that is set before you. If God was there and allowed you to experience all these great experiences, why would you think that He's not going to go forth and be the same place in your future and allow you to enjoy those new things? But you have to open up your eyes. You have to take off the blinders of comparisons and say, I am going to experience this. And I'm going to experience it. And I'm going to look at the good and the bad. Because guess what? There's no place perfect on this earth. There's no place perfect. What might be paradise to you is hell for someone else. And what might be hell for someone else is your paradise. You're going to meet people. There are people that don't like Jamaica, the island, not Jamaica Queens. Okay. But there are people who do not like Jamaica. And they're like, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. And then you talk to 5 other people and they're like, oh my gosh, I love this. I love that. I love this. So guess what? If that's not the place for you, baby girl, baby boy, please pack up your stuff and go somewhere else. Please allow yourself to go somewhere new and to experience. And the beautiful part about it is that even if you don't even want to leave the country, you got 50 states to explore. You can go and say, look, this ain't for me. You don't like the cold weather? I can go down to the south. You don't like the water? You can go to the central part of the country. You can go to the West Coast. You can go like we have 50 states to explore. Pick your poison. No place is perfect. There are people who live in Alaska and they love it. They love every aspect of it. I actually went to high school with someone who lived in Alaska for a couple of years and they just posted yesterday. Man, I miss Alaska. I miss it up there. Like if they could choose to go back, they would. But I can tell you there are people who have never, and this is the other part that tickles me. Because a lot of the things that people are, a lot of the comparisons game, again, some people are just stuck in the old and they're just sitting projecting all of these comparisons and they have never even been there. That to me is hilarious because you're putting your opinions out into something that you don't even know. Like, did you experience it for yourself? Did you go there? Do you even know? I mean, like, how do you have so many opinions about some place that you have never been? But that's a lot of people. They sit around and they can just talk about what they don't know, what they've never experienced. But this is the reason why people like me, I'm going to always advocate for people who are ready to step out of their old to go into their new. I'm going to push you. I don't care where, whatever. It could be wherever you desire to be. It doesn't have to be where I'm going. Go where you feel is right for you. Don't do what everyone else is telling you to do. Stop following the crowd. We saw what happened in the early 2000s. Everyone jumped on the bandwagon and ended up somewhere. And I hear them saying people, a lot of them moved, they left. It wasn't what they was expecting. It just became another New York because all everybody did was just they left and they all came and they brought the same mentalities and they brought the same attitudes and they brought the same everything and they just became another New York. Guess what? Some people realize that's not what I wanted. I was trying to leave the old because I wanted to experience a new. I didn't want to experience a mini. I don't want to go to Tulsa and experience a mini New York. Do they have some similar characteristics? Absolutely. Because to me, in my opinion, Tulsa looks like it's a place that has influence or it get their influence from other places. And that's fine. But please don't give me anything that is remotely, you know, the same energy that I got from New York. I don't want it. No parts of it. I'll pass. So I really just had to really just it's just when I say this irked my spirit because I keep hearing the same people or just similar conversations. And it's just like I said, it's either the people who want to sit and compare. It's not like this. It's not like this. It's not like New York. It's not like New York. It's not like New York. Guess what? You know what my answer is? Thank you. I'm so happy that it's not like New York. I want something different. I don't want, if I wanted to be somewhere like New York, guess where I would be? In New York. Guess where I would stay? In New York. I have a place here in New York. So I have to understand, and look, sometimes you're gonna have to start separating yourself from some people to protect your peace. Cause it's like I can't take it on. It's you're not gonna aggravate my spirit. You know, then I hear the people that, like I said, you never been anywhere. You ain't never go nowhere. You ain't never experienced it. But you got a lot of opinions. A lot of opinions of what you never experienced, what you don't know about, but you complaining. And then I appreciate the people that, you know what, they will go, they'll explore, they'll visit, and then they'll realize, you know what, this is not for me. They don't have anything negative to say. They're just like, yo, this is not for me. I respect those people because they went, they experienced it, they explored a little bit, and they realized this is not my cup of tea. There's nothing wrong with that. I respect your opinion over someone else's who's just projecting all the negative or who wants to sit and compare all day. I don't respect that. I respect the people that have taken the steps and said, hey, let me go and see this, try this out, and then I can say what I don't like. See, I used to be that person. And this is why I am really sharing this because I was that person. I used to be angry, aggravated, frustrated, and depressed about things that I just never knew about. Or because I just wanted things to be the way that I remember it. I was you. So I'm not speaking from a place of judgment. I am speaking from a place of healing, a place of understanding that, you know what? There got to be a time and a place when you realize that's aggravating. And it needs to, I pray that it starts to aggravate you. I pray that you hear yourself complaining about things that it's like, why am I complaining about this? Why? Why am I complaining about this? I pray that you get to that space and place in your life and you're just like, yo, this is not even worth it. Why am I'm not, look, I'm not even going through that mental headspace. I'm not aggravating myself. I'm gonna go out here and enjoy. I'm gonna see what's for me. And guess what? Everything that's in that particular space, look, be seeing it on jobs. How many people have left a job that you hated, go to a new job, and you find things that you like about this new job? You like the people, you might like the hours, you may like the work location, and then you get to a point where you're like, yeah, I don't really like this, but I don't really like that. But you know, I do like this. You was able to find some joy in that. I need you to do that for whatever it is. But I do have to bring us back to this scripture because I feel like it is so imperative. Again, Luke 5, verses 37 and 39, right? And no one puts new wine into old wineskins, for the new wine would burst the wineskins, spilling the wine and ruining the skins. That is verse 37. But 39 says, this is for my people who want to stay in their comfort zone. But no one who drinks the old wine seems to want the new wine. The old is just fine, they say. Cool. You can stay there. If it's just fine, not a problem. Then go. Unfortunately, this is where some people may have to just go back. Go back. It's okay. Because at least if you go back to where you're comfortable, you should not complain as much. I hope not. If you go back to where you're comfortable, you should not complain as much. Because that's what you're accustomed to, right? You're used to that. So it's just fine. Then stay there. Because there should be no complaints. But please don't go back and start complaining again. Again, we got to pick our poison. Look, I wanted to make this as sweet and short and possible as possible because literally this was on my mind and my spirit for like 48 hours. Because I just kept hearing, and it was just like, why am I hearing this constant? Like, God, why do they keep comparing? Like, if someone else tells me, and I did a video about this, about the naysayers. You can go and watch that video. Please don't tell me ever again where you're going is not like New York. Thank you. Thank you. I'm fully aware. I have been to Tulsa 3 times already. And every time I'm super thankful that it's not like New York. I know that the Chinese food is not going to be the same. I understand that. If you have ever traveled out of New York, you already know that. Like, we know that. We established that just going to Jersey. Like, ugh, it's not like New York, right? I know that we're not going to have 24-hour stores. Cool. We don't have that really anyway. But if that's going to make you feel better, you don't have subways and you don't have 24-hour buses. I can't tell you the last time I took a bus was I got my brakes done and it was hot. So it's probably like July of this year. Prior to that, I can't tell you. Okay. We don't have 24-hour buses. I can't tell you the last time I took a bus at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't tell you the last time I took a train 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. What is good? What's happening there that is amazing? That's what I want you to capture. Capture that, hold it. This is where you need a Polaroid and you just take a picture and you're like, I'm gonna hold on to this one good thing. Because if this is the one good thing, then I want you to hold on to it. I need you to continue to visualize. I need you to continue to see it. Because if that's the one good thing, then I need you to meditate, focus, and just harbor on that one good thing. Because that's going to help shift your mindset. So I am going to stop my rant. And I am praying that everyone who is looking to leave their old and go into their new, that you go in with a positive mindset, that you open up your mind to the different new experiences that are coming your way. And for those of you that are and that you have already done so and you have not been able to open up your mind to see all of the positive that is there in front of you and you are still focused on the past and the other places, I pray that you find a community that is going to embrace that and y'all can all stay together. Or I pray that you expand your mind and you ask God to allow you to see all of the new and that you find abundance and favor in that new, that you find that glory in the new. Because unfortunately, a lot of people are not going to want to be around you because of that mindset. So I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. I thank you for being here with me. Share this video. Share it, share it, share it, share it on Facebook, share it on YouTube, or if this is a message that someone needs to hear, send it on over to them, text it to them, or email it to them. I'm pretty sure they might appreciate it. And I hope that the Holy Spirit will ignite something in them that will ignite change so that they can move forward and make changes in their life. So y'all have a good one. Be well, be blessed. I am